what I gotta say. Alright, let's check to see if everything's working. Working. We're checking to see if we're working. My hair's doing that weird thing where it gives me bangs because my mohawk just falls forward. It drives me bonkers. Alright. Yeah, we'll try that. I'm going to be doing kind of detail painting today. So, but I think the camera's on the wrong position for that, but we'll give it a shot, see how it goes. And if it's bad, we'll just move it around. Alright, there we go. We're good. Hello! We're not just an angry, screeching green screen like that one time. Make sure to check it every time, just because of that one weird, bizarre time. Alright, what are we doing today? Freaking out. Besides that, what are we doing today? We're going to do some just overall hobby stuff. Gonna probably paint some Comstar. It's gonna be our main goal for today. I've got some Inner Sphere battle mechs, and then we're gonna paint some of my weird Kells Hounds / Roderick's Rangers kind of paint scheme as well. So if we get to them, we're going to work on some of these guys who are the red with the black parts and then occasionally black stripes. So these guys, they all got sprayed yesterday. Here's the Warhawk. I think this is the Warhawk, or is the other guy? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Or is this a Marauder C? This might be a Marauder C. But yeah. Or no, Marauder 2. I think it's Marauder 2. So yeah, we've got a couple more of these guys to do. We've got an Awesome and a Griffin to paint. And here's the Catapult. Ready to shoot off missiles. I top coated these guys yesterday. So you can see there's probably a little bit of dog hair here and there stuck on their bases. But that's the Grendel. We've got, I think this is the Warhawk. Yeah, it's funny, I thought this mech was really dumb looking at first, but it's really grown on me and I really like it. I really like that guy. I got the Orion. So yeah. I got a bunch of the camo guys, and then we've got some of my clan Ghost Bear, who I don't think I've gotten to show off on stream yet. So they're sort of like a splotchy blue camo over like a grayish blue kind of color. So when I painted them white, and then painted in all their silver details, and then basically hit them with like a contrast paint that covered everything, including all of the silver and stuff, so it gave it kind of a blue tinge because I wanted them to look different from the other guys who I was also painting silver joints and stuff for. That's the Kit Fox. I think this is still my favorite mech. I think it's adorable. And we have a Executioner who's okay. Still not my favorite, but he came out well, I think. Alright, so with that, today I'm going to be working on some Comstar mechs. So what is Comstar? Comstar is basically like if Verizon was also the NSA. So their whole thing is they essentially control ultimate telecommunications. They show up at the end of like I think it's called like the Clan Wars. No, it's not the Clan Wars. It's the part where what is that area called? Because there's Star League, and then a guy like does a coup. A guy named Amaris does a coup and like tries to take over Star League. And he goes like super fucking nuts so crazy. Hello. So yeah, so they show up at the end of that, and then they go all the way to the Clan Wars. So that's got some Intersphere mechs that I'm going to be painting. This guy needs cleanup. He needs detail cleanup. You can see some of his details are still kind of messy, and then he needs his washes. With these, lots of people normally only paint Clan Comstar. They only paint Comstar in like what is the word I'm looking for here? They tend to only paint Comstar in like white, and pretty much just white. But they have this like star logo with like a blue swirl around it. I was like, I really want more colors than just white on the mechs, right? If they're just white, that's kind of lame. So I wanted to do something else to add to them. So I decided that I would knock these guys out and add some little blue bits and some little tan bits, and then do bright red visors for them. Because I thought it kind of made them look like the EVA suits from like 90s astronauts. And I thought that was just a kind of a really cool look. And I thought something that's maybe more uniformy would be kind of nice. Because everything I painted, all of the battle mechs so far, has all been like different camos. They've all been variants of camo. So I thought something that wasn't camo might be nice. Although I've loved painting the different camos so far. So yeah, so we're going to clean him up. And then we've got an awesome. It's literally called an awesome. We need to paint up in the red. And a griffin. We need to paint up in the red too. And I've got a bunch of guys to do in Comstar colors. So do the mainland. I didn't want to have them all just sort of like sitting here waiting for me. I thought that wouldn't be very fun, so I decided I'd wait on building them. And I'm finishing up the rest of my orcs. So I've got 5 more spear guys to do. I have the other 5 done. These guys are pretty close to being done. They just need a little details, a little love. And then I've got this big turret. And in addition to everything else I have to do today to get ready for my flight tomorrow, I am trying to get these guys done as well. So that way I have sort of like a clean slate when I come back for them. And good times. Anyway, I hate flying. Yes, I do. Stuff and junk. What was I gonna do? All right, let's get our Comstar guy cleaned up a little bit, and we'll get one of them done. All right. Let's see. We need a brush for details. This one will do. I choose you. New dollar store brush, because my old dollar store brush is a little bit up. Old, I say. I've had this for like 2 weeks, but I mean it was like $1.50, so getting at least 2 weeks out of $1.50 brush. Rock on. All right. What's the white I'm using? Spaceship exterior. This is actually a super light gray. I hate painting pure white, so I will always choose to paint a slightly off-white kind of gray. I think it tends to look nicer in general. So yeah. So yeah, I just need to go around. I need to clean up some areas. This guy is going to get a... he's going to get a... What are they called? A contrast paint that goes over everything. I'm going to put it over the grays. I'm going to put it over the... I'm going to put it over the blues. Everything. But I want the lines between the sections to be as tight as possible. Alright, well, they're not going to be perfect, but so I'm going to clean up any of the obvious mistakes that I made on this guy. I was working on this guy last night. I was teaching a friend to how to paint. Her husband is getting into Warhammer, and she is trying to learn to paint his armies. which is pretty darn cool. Because I'm a huge fan of this hobby, and I try to do my best to support people getting into it. Even if I'm a little annoyed at 40K right now, I still think it's an awesome hobby. Even if like some of the rules and stuff are just frustrating at the moment. A lot of that could be honestly fixed pretty easily. If they just made all the codexes part of the app you pay for, that would pretty much round out all of the problems I have with Warhammer, to be honest. Like, there'd still be balance issues, but to be honest, the balance issues don't really affect me. Because I don't tend to play super competitively, so it doesn't really bother me. If some chode wants to be a dick and like obliterate someone else's army, I mean, I just chalk it up to that guy's a dick. Like, you know, I don't really blame the game for that, because you know, when you play a game with someone, it is really like a gentleman's agreement, right? Imagine if like you brought spears and stones to a battle, and somebody brought a fucking nuke, right? Like, that's not the fault of the person that brought spears and stones. You know what I mean? That's the fault of the person that brought the fucking nuke. Especially if you know the person you're going to be fighting is new. You definitely don't bring the nuke then. Alright. So just tidying up some of my details. There we go. Before he gets his washes. Boop 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 doo 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 doo. One second, this is a pucker the butthole kind of painting part. I'm over here in maximum clench mode. Trying to make sure I paint this rim. The trick to painting things like this that are raised above others, even if they're really small, is actually to hit it with the side of the brush. Yeah, see, I fucked up there. Alright. While that paint's still wet, we're going to try to go and clean up that error I made. There we go. Try to... Oh, too wet. Too wet. There we go. Alright, and there's the rim on his cockpit all painted. We'll be pretty good there. Alright, let's see. A couple spots on the shoulder armor I want to hit with the clean up there and clean that up. Get the line between the two. Check this shoulder pad. That one's good. We got a little bit rolling down here in the chest. I want that to be more of a like complete line. So we'll go ahead and we'll hit that, tighten that up as well, just like that. And yeah, there we go. All right, now we're gonna hit him with some washes after he dries for a couple of minutes. So we'll go ahead and we'll put him off to the side there. Keep him so he can still be on camera and be with his buddy, the Locust. And we'll start blocking in some parts for another guy. Alright, so let's paint. Do you want to paint the Commander? This one's lame. Let's paint the Orion. He's fun. I like this guy a lot. This is actually one of my favorite designs for all the mechs I have. I really like the asymmetric head and the huge rocket pod. I think it's really cool. Alright, so let's see. What do we got? We've got some armor plates here and here. That's going to be silver. We've got these big knee plates. We could do those in like blue maybe. Or we could do the section here under the knee plate in blue. That would actually look pretty bitchin'. We've got side panels here. Got another side panel there. Shoulder pads. They're different on each side. I like that. We've got a big chest panel and then a lower chest panel. So we could do maybe like this in blue and then that in tan. Something like that. And we got some panels here on the back of the head. Like they could do that in blue. And we could do his little ears in tan. Might not be bad. On the back, we could do like that in tan. This strip here would be cool in blue. I like that. Yeah, alright. Sweet. We got a couple things to try popping out. And try rocking and rolling those. Let's see what we get. I'm not going to super plan these out too bad. We're just going to try to make them sort of symmetrical as much as we can. And just make sure we have some of the color going around the model. You know, that's not the nice brush. That's a nice brush. All right, cool. So yeah, let's try doing that area under the knee in blue. It's probably gonna be a little jank in the beginning, but it's okay. Man, brush, why did you split like that? That's really annoying. Alright, I gotta take care of that, otherwise that's gonna make using this brush just unviable. What of it? Kids, don't do this to your brushes. Especially not if they're nice brushes. These brushes cost me $1.50 each. So otherwise, don't be mean to your brushes. Alright. There we go. So yeah. What was I gonna say? Forget. Oh, yeah, so I was teaching my friend to paint last night. We went over another friend's house. And she got the whole shebang. She got to see how to use an airbrush to prime. She got to see how to do like base coating, how to do detail painting, how to do washes, everything. Pretty fun. My friend Matt has a very nice house for like that kind of thing, for having like numerous guests over. Like I could probably have guests over my house, but my doggo just is not. My doggo has a heart condition, so it's just not a good idea. So we don't tend to do that kind of stuff too much out here in Hawaii. In Maryland, we had people over all the time. So we had a different pupper. R.I.P. poor Mr. Meatwad. Still miss you, bud. But yeah, so there we got those. Let's do this line here. That looks kind of cool. Yeah, so we went over my friend's Matt's house. We had some pizza, which was really good. I actually haven't had Domino's in like 6 months, so it actually kind of really hit the spot. And then we painted, and she got to see how to use an airbrush, and we taught her how to do base coats. And she painted her robot, her Battle Master, for Battletech, for the Other Realms Battletech painting competition, which the turn-ins for should be next week, starting Monday. Which is when I'm going to drop mine off. And then if you are in the area, I believe they're putting them up on display. You go and check them out. So if you are in Honolulu and would like to see some Battletech minis all painted up by different people on the island, you should go check out Other Realms. They are going to have those guys all up there. Mine will be the little locust I was showing off a minute ago. I'm going to add a little bit to his base here in a minute. Or probably later today. Probably not going to do that on stream. But yeah, I'm going to add a little bit to his base. Just like it's a little bit of plants and stuff. A little bit of foliage. My Battletech table for home is going to be all woodland. So I am going to make all their bases woodland. So alright, that's that. Let's see, let's paint this square blue. Boop, boo, boop, 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 boo, boop, 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 boo, boop, boo. It's going around and around and around and around. There we go. And I want to paint this straight back here blue. Alright, my goal is to just get it sort of moving throughout the model. Yeah, so when you look at it, there is there's like, you know, a color everywhere. You don't wanna have the color in just one area or something like that. You want to have it all throughout the model. Alright, so I'm gonna paint this outer shield here in blue. We're gonna play up his asymmetricalness. I'm going to paint the outer shield in blue, and then we're going to paint the inner shield in tan. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to get I'm sure we're going to get a little bit of blue over the white there, but it's okay because we're going to hit it with tan. I'm going to do the whole shield in blue. There we go. I like the idea of having these guys be these kind of like spacey, because they look like this color palette is very much the like, I don't know. I was thinking a lot about like space suits from like the 90s when you'd see them at like the flight museums and stuff. If you've ever been to a flight museum, I was really trying to go for that. It's one of the reasons I really went for the really bright red visor. So that's something I really always remember about the space suits. They always had these really bright either gold or red visors. I don't know why that stuck with me, but it did. So it's something I wanted to carry over into these guys. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Actually, you know what? We could actually do the same thing over here, and you would just have a smaller shoulder pad on the left. Let's do that. Or we could play up the asymmetric nature and make this one entirely blue. You know, honestly, I like that idea better. I like the idea of, since he's such an asymmetric mech, having some of the paint be a little asymmetric, I think is nice. So we're going to do that. So yeah, man, I've been deep in that Battletech butthole. Like, I've been watching lore videos, watching battle reports, looking at all kinds of different 3D printed terrain, trying to figure out when more mechs are coming out. Definitely not giving up on 40k. But I'm really enjoying like the difference to it. Just something different is really nice and refreshing. So I think it's pretty fun. So the lore in Battletech is I don't know, it's a little like, it's horrible, but it's not like, it's not horrible in the way like 40k is horrible. It's not like we hollow out babies' heads to turn them into robots horrible. It's more like this planet just got nuked into the Stone Age horrible. You know? There we go. Alright. Got these panels here and here. I think I should probably do those in blue too. Yeah, let's do those in blue. And then we'll hit our guy with the other guy that's more complete with the wash. But yeah, I've been really enjoying it for my very long flight back to the mainland, which I am not looking forward to because I fucking hate flying with like the fury of 1,000 suns. I picked myself up the digital version of the Battletech Total Warfare book. So it's like 400 pages. My plan is to get all the way through it by the time I land in the mainland. That's my goal. I don't know if I'll get there, but it's a backup at least in case I can't get any sleep in, you know. So I'll have less jet lag if I sleep. So it's my anti I can't sleep on the plane plan. But just so I can get the, you know, the more like, because I have the basic rules of Battletech down from just playing the one game. But sort of like the weird occurrences. Like if your guy gets hit with more than 20 points of damage, you have to make a piloting check or you fall over. Or like if you're running on asphalt, you actually skid. If you try to stop, you can actually like slide into stuff and cause damage and stuff. Or like if you're a really big mech, you can actually just pick up smaller mechs. Stuff like that. I was watching or I was talking to my friend Don and Mars, and they were telling me about all these things, and I was like, I didn't know about any of that. So that's the kind of stuff I really want to pick up from the big rule book. And I also want to look at how some of like the enemy factions or like some of the tanks and stuff, because I would like to figure out a way to automate and like enemy factions, so you could play this by yourself. That's something I would really like to do. Let's paint his donger. There we go. Paint that in too. So yeah, because I play a lot by myself on the channel. You know, like I used to call it Forever Alone Gaming, and then I was like, that has a negative connotation. I don't really like it. I'm actually working on a digital app that automates the second player automatically for you, and it should work for basically any game that isn't 40k. But I haven't gotten to finish that up yet. So needs a couple more weeks of work, and then she'll be ready. So once I get back from the mainland, I'll probably get working on that again. My goal is really to have it out before the beginning of the year. So, all right, shaky, shaky, shaky. So yeah, that would just be like an app. You could like, I'd throw up a URL and you could go and visit it. or you could get a web app off the like one of the app stores. That'd be my goal. Pretty much everything in it works, like all the logic and stuff. I just have to finish writing out all the actions that can happen and figure out like the percentages of chances and stuff. So my goal is to have that done by the end of the year, but it'll probably end up being a like, well, I have extra time off in December kind of party. All right. Wow. Contrast paint. Big brush. Alright, now we're just going to go over pretty much everything. So if we hit the tans and the blues, it's alright. We don't really want to hit the metal though. Alright. Don't really want to hit the metal. Just want to hit all the armor. But yeah. So when I'm back in the mainland, I get to go to my favorite hobby shop of all fucking time. I am super excited. I am so excited. It is Third Eye Comics in Annapolis, Maryland. They have several stores, but very partial to the one in Annapolis. It's where I used to go every week and do my Gundam club, where I'd build a Gundam. And sit there for a couple hours every Thursday. Just relax. Talk about big robots and stuff. And it's fun. I really, really dug it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing them. Seeing how the store's changed and stuff. Should be cool. Also going to get to go to Honey Pig, which is a Korean barbecue me and my husband really like. Looking forward to that a lot. And I get to go to Bonchon, which is a Korean chicken wing place me and my husband really like as well. And yeah. We'll be doing a bunch of like visiting with friends and family stuff. So I'll get to see my family, who I haven't gotten to see in 2 years, which is cool, I guess. But yeah, I get to see them, which will be good. And then I get to see, I'm going to make a point to see my friend Alex and Ann, because they had a baby while we were out here in Hawaii. So we have to go visit their baby. And yeah, I don't know what you do when you visit a baby, but I have been told I need to meet it. So it's something we're gonna do. And yeah. And since we're flying through Colorado, when we're done, we're gonna stop for an evening, and we're gonna see our friend Naja on the way home. And see what she's been up to in Colorado. We'll pretty much, I think, only get to do breakfast and dinner with her, which kind of sucks. But, you know, it's all good. We at least get to hang out and see each other for a little bit. But I'll get almost a full week with my family, which is cool. And then we'll come back and pick up Mr. Puppo and take a day or two to recoup from the flight and the jet lag and all that, and back to work. Yeah. So it should be good. I am extremely nervous, as you can tell, probably because of how I'm talking when I'm talking about it. But we're going to do our best. We're going to do our best. I am not a fan of flying in any regard, Doubly less so when I'm flying by myself, and even more so when I have to prep everything by myself, because my brain tells me that I'm forgetting something every couple of seconds. Thanks, brain. You're a big help. Nice. All right. So we'll go ahead and we'll let him dry up. But you can see the contrast paints kind of just soak it into the joints and stuff, into the armor panels and all. So he's not just pure white. You might need to touch up. Some of the blue might have gotten a little too gray, so you might need to touch that up. But it should be pretty good nonetheless. We'll put him off to the side. And we'll get back to our Orion. Not Orion. Whatever the hell this really cool guy is. I don't remember what this guy's called. This really cool asymmetric guy. We'll get back to him. Sorry, I was stretching. You probably heard my spine go. Yeah. A little bit tense. Tiny bit tense. But, alright, let's get the tan out. We're doing our best. We're doing our best. That's all we can do. It's Comstar. It's Comstar. Everybody loves Comstar. Alright. Let's see. What do we want to pick out here? I'm thinking we do the top of the knee pad in tan. I think that would look pretty cool. Then we'll have this white stripe between the tan. That would be pretty cool. We'll leave the white in the back there of the knee pad too. So yeah, I've been watching lots of the I think it's called Text Talks. It's the quote-unquote Black Pants Legion, which is the name of the YouTube channel. It's just like a guy talking about Battletech lore, and it's pretty good because he doesn't really take any of it crazy seriously, and then sometimes he role plays a little bit with it, and it's really fun. It's a really good time for Battletech lore. I haven't found a lot of channels for that yet. There seems to be a ton of Battletech YouTube stuff, but I'm really trying to find a really good what's it called? Battle report channel, and I haven't really found one that I like yet, so it kind of sucks. I found some that are okay, but nothing that blows me away. They're either way too serious and clinical, or it's filmed with a turd camera in somebody's basement and it's terrible. Doesn't seem to be a lot of at least medium quality videos. Or if they are, they're super serious about it. It's just guys, come on. I want to watch a battle report. I want to watch people having fun and stuff, not people being way too serious. Or trying to cut parts of it out. That's one of the things I really hate about battle reports sometimes, is when people try to cut sections of it out to speed up the video. It's you fuckheads, I'm probably watching your video because I want to learn to play the game. Please do not cut sections out of it. I get that you know the game really well, but I want to see your movement phase. I want to see all of your dice rolls. I'm watching it so I can learn the game. Please leave all of the game in the game, please. So sometimes you see that, which is really annoying. But it is what it is. yeah, if I can figure out how to play Battletech by myself, definitely gonna whip up some Battletech battle reports. I also haven't gotten to play Necromunda in a hot minute, so I'd really like to get some of that in too. On the channel. Oh, speaking of cool things on the channel, you sound perfect busy and you're not even here yet. I feel extremely busy right now. Just sitting down, I feel busy. So, yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Alright. I'll do that, and I'll paint this panel too. There we go. Just like with the other one, all we're trying to do is just get some color out sort of around the model, right? You don't have to hit every single perfect detail or anything like that. We just want to make sure that the color moves down all the way through the model somehow. That's our goal. All right. Sometimes it's hard to see white details when you're painting them. That can suck. Because a lot of these are raised panels. We need to make sure we get all the edges of them as well. There is one of those on the inside of the leg, but it would be a bitch to paint, so we're just going to leave it as is. Oh, we're a little blurry. Sorry, holding too close to the camera. But yeah, I would like to find a I don't know, some cool battle reports with Battletech. I'd really like to find a way to play it by myself. The problem, I think, is that so I think the trick to playing Battletech by yourself is actually to play a mixed game between Battletech Classic and Alpha Strike. I think that's would make it the most fun. Because I think it would turn the or maybe I don't know. Maybe not Alpha Strike. Maybe like the beginner box, the beginner rolls, how they only tracked some things and didn't track heat and internals and crits and stuff. I think maybe that would be best. But then you don't have the fun of inflicting crits on things. I don't know. But just having to manage 10 data sheets sounds like a fucking nightmare. So if you were to play it by yourself, you'd want some way to reduce the enemy to make them simpler. That would be the prime goal in my mind. Alright, here's our guy coming along. I think he needs some more tan in his center mass. I think he doesn't have enough tan there. So I think I'm going to paint this here in tan. Yeah. And he also needs some tan on the arms because he doesn't have any right now. So yeah, I think if you were to play I don't know, I think if you played Classic with your guys and then Alpha Strike with the enemy, it would probably be pretty good. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll try a couple different things out, and we'll see how it happens. I would like to figure out a way to play it on the channel. 'Cause I'm just getting back into playing with people, because Y's numbers have dropped. But I'm gonna, when I come back from the mainland, I'm gonna impose a little bit of like self-imposed, like I'm going to hide basically in case I picked up anything on the flight or while I'm in the mainland. So I'm just gonna hide for like a week or so, and then after that I'll be back to playing with people. Hopefully get some 40k games in, maybe get to use my beast snagas finally. That'll be really fun. Just send a whole bunch of squigs running up the table. Maybe get to play my Aurochs. Should also be pretty sweet. No. Yeah, that looks cool. I like that. All right, now he needs some tan over on the right arm. So let's this cufflink here. We'll do that in tan. We'll do that on both arms. So yeah, tomorrow get everything all loaded up in the car, and I go and I drop off the puppo over in Mackay, and then after that I'm going to Don Quixote to get all kinds of Hawaiian gifts for friends and family back in the mainland, much to sometimes their delight and sometimes their, what's the word, chagrin, right? What's the word that they hate it? Something like that. I do that, and then I'm going to the airport. So I'm thinking I should probably leave here around like 10-ish. I don't know. I don't know why I'm going into such detail on this. Probably because my brain is worrying about it. And I'm like, you should be worrying right now. You shouldn't be painting. You're not allowed to paint right now. You need to worry. Which is not particularly helpful, Mr. Brain, but I get what you're up to. I see your energy. I don't appreciate it, but I see it. You know? Alright. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. Alright. Okay. Overall, we got some blue. We got some tan. Looking pretty good. Let's do the visor, and then we'll paint in like the gun barrels and stuff like that. So this is just contrast paint over silver, so that once the contrast paint dries, it'll have a little bit of shininess underneath of it. And it should give it a little bit of shine to it, just like that. You can see the light shining on it. It's not like, you know, the best looking canopy ever, but I think it gives it a cool effect that I like, versus when people paint the like light dots and stuff. I'm not a big fan of that. I much prefer to actually let the light do its thing. I think it looks cooler on the Mini. Alright. Alright, give that like 30 seconds to dry. My phone's been exploding, so I'm going to check that. Let's see. All right. Cool. So for the sort of metal bits on all the other mechs, I've been using kind of light gunmetal. So I've been using this guy, which is like a army painter gunmetal. It's a lot brighter than what you normally have for like lead belcher or something like that. So I didn't want to do that for these guys. I wanted them to have a different kind of like base metal color, because I do like some kind of shiny metal. I think it's really good. I think I like the look of that a lot. So for this one, I've got scale 75 black metal. You can barely see the title of it, but it's black metal. This is just a really dark gunmetal. I was actually hoping this was going to be a shiny black, but it's not. It's a dark gunmetal. I wanted it to be shiny black because it's the color I wanted to do the armor of my vampires, but not in the running. So we are using it for these guys. The darker color will give them a little bit more contrast, which I think is nice. So we can go ahead. Always want to paint in those kind of joints there. I'm going to paint in the shoulder joint too. Sorry, it might be a little blurry there. It draws a nice line around the body. It honestly makes things look a little more boxy, which is nice because a lot of the Battletech stuff has kind of industrial vibe to it. So the boxiness really helps lend to that. It really matches the concept of the design, which I think is nice. It's one of the reasons painting camouflage on these is so fun. Is one, this scale makes camouflage not a chore to do, and two, it's really fun to figure out different ways to do the pattern to try to accent the design instead of like hinder it, as it would be very easy just to do like a woodland camo and it just like totally kill the design. But you know, it's not what we want to do. We want to do something that accents it. You can see a bunch of mistakes that I made there that I need to clean up with the white, but we expected as much. You know, we're just getting our base coats down right now, and we'll come back through and clean it all up. Alright, so let's see, we want to do this guy. It's like some kind of big knee ankle actuator or something. I think we want to do up in here as well. Up to like there, I think, is silver. Kind of just winging it at this point. Oh, okay, I see. That's actually an armor plate. Oh well. And that's knee actuator. And he has like a tongue on the back of the foot. That's actually armor. Alright, we'll have to hit that with the white to clean that back up. Although, you know what, if we paint it, no, we'll hit it with the white. We'll hit it with the white. There we go. Let's see. Can we see the knee actuators on the inside? On one of them we can, on the other we really can't. Alright, so we'll call it there for that. I'm going to do the back of the knees. And I'm screwing up a lot on this. clean up a lot. And I'm going to get the front of the knees too, just like that. I'm going to get this area up in here because it's like a vent or something. Picking out little details helps to sell that it's a giant honking robot, because it is, right? We had painted this on the other side. I do think I like that painted versus leaving it white. I like the idea of that being part of the knee. I think it also lines up nicely with the line that goes around the knee. So it's probably technically armor, but I think it looks nice. So we'll leave it. Alright, now we gotta do all of his guns. He's got some kind of big, what I think is like a double laser on this side. There we go. And he's got 3 other lasers on the other side. You know, it's funny, I usually hate laser weapons in sci-fi worlds. I think they're like boring energy weapons and stuff. But I love them in Battletech. I think it's because of like how they look and how they work, because they're kind of just like a light beam, and I think it's cool. They look very much like a laser, you know, like someone turned on like a laser pointer and it just like incinerated a bunch of trees or something. And I really like that. I think it's cool. They're not like Star Wars laser guns or like Gundam laser guns or anything. And see, I hit that side there, but it's okay. We will hit it in the cleanup. Alright, so this is a whole big old freaking exposed joint. That's what that is. Fill that in. That's a big old exposed joint too. Get down in there. Get up in there. Yeah. Oh, I like painting that upper part like that, because then it will tie into the lower part of the leg. How I chose to paint that. It looked pretty good. I could probably paint his waist joint, but I think I'm going to avoid doing that. Just because I think it'll break the design up a little bit too much. We're going to paint the back of the rocket pod, or LRM, or whatever the hell this some kind of rockets or missiles, whatever this thing is. And we've got this vent here. Do that. Wash our brush because we have a weird random hair again. There we go. Yeah, I do wanna show this off. This is a cool, like, little painting thing. I think it's really for pencils, but my husband got it for me, and it's cool. It, like, folds up, and the brushes are in there, and then it sits down, so it just stands up like that. It's really nice. I used it last night when I went over a friend's house to paint. And it's just really nice. Really, really nice. Works really good. My husband got that for me before he left. It's really cool. Anyway. Let's go ahead and paint this barrel too. But yeah, I don't even know what I was saying anymore. I'm kind of all over the place today. I apologize. My brain is just totally fucked. Just a side effect of the upcoming trip and stuff, and you know. There we go. But it's all good. It's all good. Right. It's coming along, looking pretty good. I'm going to paint the front of the rocket pod. Could leave that white, but I want to call the detail out a little bit. So I'm going to do it in the black, or the dark gunmetal, I should say. Yeah, so he needs some cleanup, but the concept is there, right? We've got the multiple colors, the EVA suit kind of thing. We have a slight piece of asymmetry here with a different color in the arm to match the asymmetry in the design. Yeah, we just got blue and tan moving all the way through it. He needs cleanup on all those to clean up the lines, and then he needs his washes, and he's done. So with his washes, he'll look something like that. This guy is all dried up and ready to go kick some shithead clanner's teeth in. Yeah. That's what he'll look like when he joins the rest of my Comstar, I think Comstar uses lances. Yeah, when he joins the rest of my Comstar lance. So, pretty good. I'm debating if I want to hit that blue a little bit more on this guy. Maybe just tap it really quick. I do think the gray kind of washed it out a little bit. I think I will hit the blue. I think I'm going to keep the gray washing out the tan. So I like that. I think that looks nice. It makes the tan less stark. Well, the stark is nice. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'll think about that one and think about it. But, yeah. There they are. Those are the two bros we got painted today. Ready to rock. Or at least this guy is. Or damn near it. But I'm going to call it. Go get myself some lunch. And, yeah. Just obsess about my upcoming trip. And, yeah. That's about it. I say it's about it. I have like a billion things to do today. I'm obsessing about all of them constantly. I promise you. Anyway. My brain is like, you should go shopping. And I'm like, I don't want to. Yeah. I'm very wound up. But doing our best. So I will catch you guys. Not next week. The week after, I'll be streaming again. I will not be streaming next week because I will be in the mainland. But after that, I'll be back to normally scheduled whatever this is. Broadcast. Anyway, have a good one. I hope this was fun. And keep on keeping on.